Listen to that.
What's up, everyone? This is Joe Sorrentino, New England RC. I'm here with a new product. This is the Losi Mini JRX2. And this is a miniature version of the original JRX2 that Losi came out with back in 1988. This is a nostalgic version for modern day folks like myself and you folks watching at home to get that retro feel. A really cool looking car, very much resembles the Losi Mini B, which I also have here. We'll look at in a minute and compare. Mainly wanted to have this because I'm building a track up in my backyard now, and I need some more buggies that I can race around. It's not the biggest track in the world, don't have a lot of space for my big bashers, so I figured, the smaller buggy style cars would be perfect. I already get the Mini B, so why not get one more that's similar in comparison, but still a new product for you guys at home to check out. This has a brushed motor, so it's going to be a little slower than the Mini B that I have now. That was originally brushed as well, but I did soup it up now with the brushless motor, so that thing's ramped up and goes really fast. But this is ideal for now, having a brush motor and being slower, because I do intend to drive this indoors as well with my cat Simon, chase him around a little bit. And we don't want something too fast for indoors, because then it's kind of defeats the purpose. So this will be nice to have for both indoors and outdoors. Maybe at some point we'll upgrade this one too, but for now it's just right. So we're going to look at the box, we're going to unbox it, we're going to see how it looks, we're going to give it a quick test drive. Let's go! So here we are, the Mini JRX2, and it comes in 3 colors. It's showing the black one in front, but if we move over here to the side panel, you can see there are 3 choices, the red, blue, or the black. I opted to go with the blue one. I just like the way that looks. And what's unique about the red one, we're going to turn this around, is on the back cover here. This red one is actually the original color that this came when it was back in 88. The original color, original box style vehicle right here is shown on the back. But some unique features now, and back in 88 when you had this, you'd have to build it yourself, whereas now it comes fully assembled. You just need to juice up the batteries and ready to rock. And just some of the features, I'm just going to list off the box here. It says here it's the unique Losi 5-link suspension, fiberglass chassis, real rubber off-road tires, lightweight wheels, wide track front end, rack-type steering, precision steel ball bearings, modern transmission design, internally pressured oil-filled shocks. And then needed to complete, I get a kick out of this here. It says memories of your JRX2, nothing else, everything included. That's beautiful. It's a 1/16th scale off-road retro ready to run. I like how they mention the off-road retro-ness to it. And on the side here, mentions the same features that we just said, but also additional specs here, including the weight, 1.16 pounds, width is 7.2 inches, length is 10 inches, wheelbase is 7.13 inches. Again, your memories are needed. Really cool looking. You can see here what it looks like on the side here. They show you the body. We'll look at it in a minute as well. Very cool retro-ness. I like all that they do here. Very cool stuff. I like how each side of the box they feature one of the different colors, so you get to see a little bit of what everything looks like. You can see the blue one here on this side that I got. So let's open it up and see what we got here. Oh, looks like this comes right out easy. Oh, cool. Look at that. Too easy. Just folds up like that. And everything's right here. Beautiful. Love this. There's your manual right there. Comes with your hex tool charger, a little bumper sticker. We got some batteries there. That's kind of nice for your remote control. And pulling it out, let's just show you here on the side like this before we do. It's nicely laid out like that. This whole thing comes right out like this. Beautiful. Very nice. Make it so easy. So we will need to cut the bottom of this off because it's strapped in right here. Let's do that right now. Got a scissors here. Can release the car. There we go. Beauty. Remote control. There we go. There we go. What a beautiful looking car. I'm digging the retro logos here. Team Losi, you can see that there. Definitely gives you that feel from the 80s. the color scheme too. You look at this color scheme and it just immediately screams 80s. That's just how I feel when I see that. Really cool looking. Digging the tires, digging how these look. You can see the difference with the spikes on the back here to give it a little more traction in the back, and then the smooth front tires gives it a little better for, you know, racing and handling and whatnot. What also I found unique was right here on the front, they use these carbon fiber shock towers here for the shocks. A little different style than I'm used to, but still pretty cool. It has pins on here to take the body on and off. You can see them right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 pins are needed to pull off. We look at the back, you can see how nice that looks. You can feel it's a metal plate on the bottom. Looks pretty good. Let's get it open so we can get more into it. Well, guys, the pins are really hard to take off, so I recommend if you do so to grab yourself with a little mini pair of pliers to pull them out, because they're not easy. So let's try. See if we can get them out. There we go. There we go, last one. All right, now we can take this off. All right, that's pretty cool. See, the whole body comes off, including the wing. On the Mini B, the wing stays behind. This has the whole piece. Comes on and off. You can see here in the back how it looks. Just white there. It's got the plate on there connecting the wing. It's a very cool looking body. Now, let's look at our chassis here. We can see all the electronics already built into it, which is nice. Here is the servo here, the Spectrum servo that it uses. It also has a Spectrum receiver, and you can see these reaction 2 batteries, which is the same that the Losi Mini B uses as well. So which is great because I already have a Mini B and I already have batteries, which means I have spares on hand so I can interchange them when needed, which is very cool. That comes with 1 clip there. I can see to take that in and out. We'll charge that up in a second. And you can see that there's the brushed motor there. Team Losi Performance brushed motor. You can see these are metal shocks that uses too. You can see they seem to be high quality. Vintage yet modern. Got a great little style to it. Now let's get into the remote control. This is the SLT2 remote control. Very hard to see, but you can see you got your steering and throttle controls right here. Very basic stuff. What is also cool about it is it has 3 percentages of throttle control. So you could do 50%, 75, or 100. So if there's a new driver, started on the lowest speed, 50%, 75 for a little more moderate, and 100 for advanced, which is good. And then you can do your left or right steering button here. And this button here is the power button on there. And on the bottom is where the batteries will come in and out. We'll put those in a moment. It came with the batteries. It's cool. One other note too is if you do decide that you want to make this a brushless system, which I know you can, you'll need to buy the Dynamite brushless system to put the new motor in here. It should fit the same way nice and easily. However, the receiver is for a different type of remote control. This here is the Spectrum SLT receiver. So if you want to work with the brushless system, you'll need to buy the receiver that goes with the brushless system. So you'd have to replace that in order to make it work. All right, let's open up the manual. We got my batteries, Losi sticker, cool. This is your basic charger here. I'm going to use a high-speed charger that I have, but this is fine for basic stuff. A binding pin, get your basic tools. Take your wheels on and off with the hex wrench and then a couple of Allen wrenches as well. Manual, there you go. 1/16 scale, 2-wheel drive, buggy. There's an exploded view. So when you need parts, you can refer here for any part numbers that you need if anything breaks. And just a quick comparison, folks. Got the Losi Mini B and the Mini JRX2 next to it. Both identical in size. Of course, now this Losi Mini B has been highly modified with bigger tires, a bumper, lights, you name it. So it's going to look a little beefier, but if you look, you can see that the body sizes are identical. And just to stack them on top of one another, give you another idea here. You can see the wheelbase is similar too. Show you another angle here so you get another sense of how this is going to look side by side. So there's that. And then similar bodies on the bottom too. Looks like a little bit narrower on the Mini B. The antenna actually hangs off the side just like they did back in the 80s. The antennas nowadays on these cars, they're usually tucked away, hidden. You don't even see the antenna. So it's just kind of interesting that they kept that there too. All right, I'm gonna go charge the battery up. We'll fire up the truck, give it a quick rip. All right, nice of them to supply the batteries for us. And you can see it's lit up, so we know we have power. 50%. 75. And 100. And I did watch a video on A-Main Hobbies where they tested the different speeds. I know that on 50% it can get up to 12 miles an hour. 75 will get you up to 14. And 100% is 15 miles per hour. So not really fast, but what it is, it's fun. It's indoor, outdoor type of thing, you know. But if you do want to upgrade it to a brushless motor, like I was saying, you can get up to 23 miles an hour with the brushless system. I gotta be honest, guys, it's really hard getting these pins on and off on here. You gotta have this tool, but even so, I don't even know if I can get the left and right back on. When I put the body on, I just can't seem to find the hole. I guess if you press down enough, maybe I can do it, but man, is it hard. I'd say stick with the top and bottom here. At least you have those in, but these two on the side, whew, they are tough. I don't know. I think for the time being, since I'm just gonna do a little quick test indoors, I'm not gonna worry about those, but just wanted you guys at home to know it is hard to do. All right, let's go drive it around. Ooh. Slides along wood, nice. Oh, I like how it just whips around when you do turns. You know, it's a rear wheel drive, but once you get those little wheels spinning around, they whip around. It's kind of cool. See that? It just kind of whip. It's kind of neat. And here we are up on my homemade backyard track. I built this with corrugated pipe and some Landwave skateboard ramps. I got 6 of them, 2 in the back, 2 more in the middle, 2 more on the other side of me there. Done some testing on some other vehicles. Still work in progress here. You can see it's all grass right at the moment. But in the summertime, I'm gonna probably remove the grass, put some dirt there. But this is just temporary now while we're in that transition period and still winter time. So let's go check out the Losi Mini JRX2. We'll compare it with the Losi Mini B, give them both a chance to go on the track and see how they perform. All right, Losi Mini JRX2, you're up. Gotta steer better. Nice. Nice. Flies over this track. They handle pretty well. I could just picture 4 vehicles side by side, same size. It would go really well on this track all together. So I got 2 now, and I'm gonna get 2 more. And I also have some monster trucks that are around this size too. I may actually show those up in a minute too, just to get a comparison, see how they perform. But that went pretty well in that first run. Let's give it another rip. Whoa. Whoa. All right, my driving wasn't as smooth that time. You can definitely tell with the grass slowing it down. I think the dirt's gonna be nice when it's smoother and a little easier to drive on. The field's a little rough right now. All this dried up grass will come winter here. But, you know, like I said, work in progress. All right, one more time. 3's the charm. Whoa! Lucky. Landing on his feet. Oh. All right, cool. All right, let's see how I feel about the Losi Mini B in comparison. So next up, we're gonna do a test with the Losi Mini B. But as a quick disclaimer, it's not a fair comparison. The Losi Mini B has been highly modified with a Castle System Mamba X brushless motor system with a 3S battery. It's got much bigger wheels, much more power, so it's not really a fair comparison. But I still want to do it anyway, just because it gives me an idea of what I might want to do later with JRX2 in the future. That said, let's give it a rip. All right, Mini B, you're up. All right, Losi Mini B, you're up. All right, Losi Mini B, you're up. Jesus, I'm having trouble here. All right, Losi Mini B, you're up. Jesus, I can't even jump it. I think I just got too much power. This is something I wasn't expecting. I'm in trouble driving the Mini B. It's too much power or what? Oh, jeez. Oh, did I just f it up? Ah, boo. I did. Are you kidding me? I can't even believe that just happened. Oh my goodness. All right. Wow, did not expect that. I had the exact opposite results than I was expecting. I am a little bit in shock right now. I don't know, maybe it was just because I drove it poorly. I don't know, but the Mini B failed me. I did one jump and I couldn't get it. First jump, I was just couldn't get it to jump right. You probably saw in my little multiple takes there where it just kept on going off to the side. I couldn't get it to jump straight. Really strange. And then when I finally get it to whip around and do one more jump on the other side, this happened. I popped this part out. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's a combination of things. I don't know. I'll have to do some more testing later and so we can get a more accurate read on this. But for now, I guess the JRX2 wins by default. Not exactly what I was thinking how it would win, but there you have it. Maybe we'll get some more four-wheel drive vehicles up here just so we can compare. Right now, I don't think I do want to upgrade that motor, so maybe brushed is the way to go for the track. I don't know, we'll see. Okay guys, now you see next to me two other vehicles here, both 1/16 scale vehicles like the two buggies you just saw a moment ago. One of them here is the IMEX Katana, which is 1/16 four-wheel drive, brushless motor, and this one here is the Hossam 2845, also a brushless motor system, four-wheel drive as well. All right, we're going to start with the Hossam first. They all seem to have trouble on that initial first jump. I'm going to have to try to maybe put some dirt on there. Ooh. Maybe it's too smooth. Yeah, see, they just slip right off. It might be the jump that is the problem. The jump itself. Whoa! All right. So far I'm getting some unexpected results here, guys. I was really figuring a four-wheel drive brushless system would be the way to go on tracks such as this one here. But from what I'm finding is that it's almost too much power. Vehicles keep seeming to slip off on those jumps. The solution might be that I just need to add some dirt to the jumps, or maybe some type of material, maybe some kind of a fabric over it so it's less slippery so they can grip better, which is probably what I'm going to do. But I just didn't expect the results to be that dramatic from what I'm seeing so far. A brushed motor system, which isn't as powerful, it actually seemed to go over the jump much easier. Even though it's not as fast, it almost seems like that's a good thing because it handles better when you need to go around the windy bends and executing those jumps as well. Interesting results so far. All right, Hossam, let's try again though. Let's see if it's just my bad driving that's the problem. Whoa. Yeah, it definitely still could be my driving. All right, let's keep going. They all seem to go well downhill. Going up again. All right, that was a little better, but still you could see it kind of sliding off when I was trying to do the jump. All right, going down. All right, a little easier on the trigger that time, wasn't so bad. All right, on to the IMX Katana. Whoops. Once again, trouble at the jump. Okay, that wasn't too bad, but it wasn't too great either. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, really struggling with these brushless motor four-wheel drive systems, or brushless motor in general, it seems. I don't know. Or it's just me. So the initial testing tells me it's a little bit of both. Partially the blame is the four-wheel drive brushless system. A little too much power on a slippery track. Maybe you need to coat the jump a little bit better so that it has more traction. And then the other part of blame is myself here. As a newbie driver on a track like this, I'm just trying to get used to how these trucks handle, and just seems to me that if I don't give it enough gas, it keeps taking a dive. I need to give it more gas to go launching over. But sometimes that can have an opposite effect. Even when I give it too much gas and it's too much power, and then you send it toppling and spinning, and that can also be problematic as well. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's like you're doomed if you do, you're doomed if you don't scenario. So now I'm wondering, maybe your brush motors are the way to go on the track. I don't know. Right now I'm at a little bit of a loss. I just need more time to test before I can make a final analysis. I would say for the time being, I'm going to give the win to the JRX2. It seemed to handle the best with the slowest motor, handled the best on the jumps, on the turns, everything. And where I initially thought, well, that's just kind of mediocre, just okay. Now I'm thinking, holy moly, that's actually a really good vehicle for a track. So my thoughts are changed. Also, while I'm up here, I wanted to point out, guys, you can see that red shed behind me. That is going to be eventually a standing room area where drivers can stand, and I'm going to actually extend it out longer. I'm going to make it twice as long, and I'm going to have a real standing box. Still want to keep the shed there so I can put my lawnmower underneath there, but I'm going to probably build over it, make it extra strong support so that it doesn't affect that shed there. But just wanted you guys to see, it's going to look cool, because then you have a place to actually stand up and do your driving, because right now I'm doing all of these filming here while I'm actually down on the ground level here on the track. We can't have that when we got other drivers. Eventually I'd like to have multiple people come up here, can all hang out together, maybe have a couple beers, hang out, or if it's kids party, they can have some candy. But that'll be the idea. So extend this out, and you guys can get a visual idea here. You set of stairs, you climb up on top. We all finished. It's not going to look as crappy as it does right now. But just picture you'll be up there, and then you'll be able to view it from here, and you can get a better feel for the track and see it better. It'll just be easier for everybody. So that's the plan in the future. As I said before, really surprised with the results that I'm getting today on this track with the vehicles. So far, my mini JRX2 has been the best handling, best performing vehicle on this track. And I wasn't expecting that, because I figured the low power brushed motor was going to be a hindrance, but it actually seems like it's giving me the best results now after trying both the four-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive brushless motors. Part of it is also because my driving skills are not the sharpest, so it's partially my fault too. But when I think about who's going to be up here, it's going to be a lot of novice people, probably never even driven before. So I really think, as me, who claims to be semi-pro, I guess we'll say, although after today's results, just as bad as anyone else that's just starting. I guess the bottom line here is brush motor is probably better, because anyone can drive it, and this thing seems to be handling really well. So that said, I want to give one more test before we call it a day. Just want to see and confirm my thoughts on this before we go. All right, let's try again. Look at that, with ease. I mean, it's slow in power, guys, but you know, when it comes to jumps, I don't have any trouble with it. It just goes right up. Look at that, no problem at all. The other vehicle slid right off. It's just surprising to me. Look at that, didn't try to nosedive, didn't try to flip. It just did a jump, a normal jump. That's all I wanted. All right, before we go, let's just do some of this pavement driving here. See how it goes, and see some regular time driving. Well, not the fastest car in the world, but it handles really well. And I did take it for granted at first, being a brushed motor system. It's actually quite good. It serves a purpose. And it's going to be the ultimate track vehicle. And I look forward to using it more. And now I have to rethink what vehicles I want to accompany this car when we're driving it, when we're racing along the track. And it was really sweet in the small little areas. Perfect little vehicle. And I guess I will be keeping it as a brushed motor system. So the only major beef that I have about this one is the difficulty I have getting these pins on and off. Like I said before, you cannot get those ones on the sides back on at all. I don't know how to get them on. Good news is you don't have to. Just the front and back are really all you need. I did all my driving today with just the 2 pins. But at some point, I'd like to see if I can develop a better system, maybe some way to Velcro it down and not use pins at all, because pins really suck. They're just a pain in the ass. And if I get people over here and we want to do some racing together, I just can't spend all day with a pair of pliers on each car trying to pull these pins on and off. We'll be at it for days trying to get that going. So that's something I got to figure out a better solution going forward. But other than that, it's great. It's just the right amount of power. It works perfect on the track, and it's a lot of fun to drive. That's going to do it for today, folks. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's look at the Losi Mini JRX2. And what a sweet little car. Did not really realize just how great a performance vehicle this is racing it on the track. And so I'm very happy to discover that. A little disappointed that the other cars were more difficult to drive. But that said, I think I may look into getting more brushed system cars like this one to accompany it so we can have some more drivers later on down the road. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. So lots of development on that track this summer. So stay tuned for future videos on that where I show you how I build it and what I do. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and smash the notification bell to stay updated on when my next video becomes available. Until then, this is Joe Sorrentino saying thanks for watching. See you in the next one.